Good evening, everyone. Good evening out there, and I'm so glad that everyone is tuning in. Welcome to Time Tuesdays, and I am going to give everyone a chance to come on in and get their tea. Good afternoon. My name is Carmela E. Head, and I'm the Director of Renewal and Community Programs over here at the Renewal Center. We are streaming live today from the Renewal Center on location, and so excited that you have taken this opportunity to join in with us. Please tag your friends. Invite your friends, go get your friends, invite them to come for a moment of pause with us for the next 30 minutes. We're so excited today to share with you some really great tips, some really great ideas on how to relax and how to get ourselves in a place of restoration and rejuvenation. You know, we all need a moment of rest, and we all need a moment to just take the time to pause. And I'm so excited. I hope that you have your tea. You know, we over here at the Renewal Center, and those of you that join us on Tuesdays at noon for Tea Time Tuesdays, we bring our tea with us, and I'm excited because I have my tea with me. So I like to just invite you guys to come on in once again. Invite your friends and do a watch party so that everyone will know that the Renewal Center is streaming live, and we are relaxing and we are taking a moment to pause. Good afternoon, Elder Jackson. Good afternoon. Good to see you today. Tell us where you guys are from if you guys are tuning in, and go ahead and let us know what kind of tea you have. And so I'm going to get started as we normally do here at the Renewal Center. We also have the tea of the week and the book of the week. And I'd like to feature that today to let you know what our tea of the week is. Good afternoon, Adrian. Our tea of the week is peppermint tea. That's right. It is peppermint tea. And I'm going to give you a little origin and a little history of peppermint tea. Peppermint tea is also known as Mentha pepperita. I hope that I'm saying that correctly, but it's Mentha pepperita. And there are 25 species of the mentha. The most common one is the peppermint. Peppermint tea is considered to be a favorite tea for many people. I know I really enjoy peppermint tea. And among most tea drinkers, one of the most preferred tea is peppermint tea. The earliest origin is from Egypt. Peppermint tea became very popular around the 18th century. It is a hybrid of wintermint and spearmint, first cultivated in London in 1750. I tell you, I'm finding out a whole lot of great information. Good afternoon, Teresa. I am learning a lot of great information about peppermint tea. I see that you're drinking green tea. Okay. So those of you who are drinking peppermint tea today, or maybe drinking some peppermint tea in the future, enjoy your tea. And so our book of the week here at the Renewal Center is called Tranquility. It's called Tranquility, Cultivating a Quiet Soul in a Busy World. I'll say that again. Our book of the week here at the Renewal Center in our thought room is called Tranquility, Cultivating a Quiet Soul in a Busy World by David Henderson. And we have that featured in our thought room here at the Renewal Center. And you know, a lot of us have busy lives. We always maybe on the go, and we have a lot of things that we are doing. And sometimes we just need a moment to take a moment of tranquility. Thankful for the gift of tranquility. I want to read a little bit of the excerpt from Tranquility from David Henderson. And it is that we try to cram as much possible into what little time we have. Work, friends, play, rest, but there never seems to be enough time. And so taking a cue from Ecclesiastes, better one handful with tranquility than two hands full with toil and chasing after the wind. David Henderson encouraged us to move beyond merely just trying to open up a bit of a margin, or say once in a while, and to take a purposeful step back from our lives to examine those internal and external dynamics that propel us into busyness and hurry. So if you're tired of feeling the push and pull of our tent-bent culture, this book will be a welcome invitation to rest and to live an artful, and faithful lives marked by peace and tranquility. So once again, our book of the week here at the Renewal Center is Tranquility, and it's by David Henderson. And so I'm so glad that you all have taken a moment to come and join us today at Tea Time Tuesday. And so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and bring on our Executive Director, Patrick J. Brown, for the rest of our Tea Time Tuesdays.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. So good to be here today. Thank you for sharing with us our Tea of the Week and also our Book of the Week. Would encourage everyone, take some time to refresh yourself, to relax yourself. Looking forward to this time of connection, this time of rest. So folks, thanks so much for connecting. And Pastor Mel, thank you so much for getting us started today.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. I know that you've been sharing your tea. Let us know how it's coming along. Let me know what you're drinking. I think we see peach passion tea and spicy green tea and sweet and spicy green tea. All right. We have different ones that are out here today, so I'd love to hear from you. Today, I know that we've been the past couple of weeks been sharing a lot of information regarding renewing ourselves and how important it is for us to take a chance to reset, a chance to rest from the constant movement of what we're experiencing from day to day. So if you're in a calm space today, I want us to take a purposeful step back, and we're going to do some exercises that's going to begin to help us engage our resting mindset and really reflecting on the dew of the new season of being in spring and how that refreshing water and the refreshing presence of calm is critical. So I'm not going to do a lot of instruction today. I'm not going to bring up a bunch of slides. I really want us to engage each other today in a pause, in a place of calm, and in a place of being mindful. It's important that we are aware of where we are mentally and where we are emotionally. We do that in prayer when we figure out where we are spiritually, right? We do that when we are physically working out, or we're walking, or we're stretching, or even going to a physician, our primary care physician. How much more about the condition of our soul and taking a time to step back and to disconnect. All right. So I just want to encourage you with that. So with that being said, let's do a brief time of calm, a brief time to refresh ourselves, a brief time to calm. So as you're sipping your tea, take a purposeful step back, if you will, for a few minutes, and let's refresh ourselves. As we're taking some time for our Tea Time Tuesday today, I want us to do a brief exercise. I want you to consider the 4 elements in the images that we're sharing on the screen. We have 4 elements. One is the element of earth. Another one is going to be wind. Another one is going to be fire. And another view is going to be water. And as we are taking this Tea Time Tuesday today, what I'd like you to do is I want you to think about these 4 elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. And if you have perhaps a piece of paper that you can write on, a clean sheet or a screen, or you just want to reflect, I'd like you to think about the 4 elements. And I want you to think about which one of these elements currently describes your state, your mental state or your emotional state, and then why. Again, there's the image there of the wind that is blowing. We've seen the earth with the mountains. We saw the water there with the sea and the lake, the ocean, and then the fire. And I want you to think about those 4 elements, and considering those 4 elements, which one of these elements best describes your current state, your state of mind, your state of your heart, your head, your emotions. I'm going to leave this up for a minute, and then we're going to type these comments out later. I want you to write out or think through which element describes your state of mind, and then we're going to discuss why. We're going to participate as a group. So I'm going to put the images back up here as you reflect, as you reset for your day. And I want you to consider which of these 4 elements best describes your current state. Is it earth? Is it wind? Is it fire? Is it water? And then why is it? Again, this is Tea Time Tuesday. We're building our resilience today. We're as a community. So that's why we want you to participate in this. To really focus on resetting by being mindful of where we are, being aware of our mindset, our mentality. Many times awareness is that starting point where we can experience rest and transformation. Okay, so for those of you that are participating, and I hope that you'll participate, I'd like to see some of those in the comments. Okay. Hey, Karen, how are you? Good to see you. Those of you that you're participating, I would like you to please put which one of these elements best describes your current state, and why does it best describe your current state? Let's hear from you in the comments, please. Water, okay. And as you are putting out which of the element best describes your current state, now answer the question, why does it best describe your current state? Earth, being grounded. Water, free flow. Water. Earth, solid, grounded, steady. Here's a couple of our responses. Earth, grounded. Okay, thank you. Water, free flow. Current state is calm and serene. So is that water? Okay. Water, the ebbing and flowing of water. Earth. Why earth? Element that describes my current state is earth because I'm rooted with strong foundation. I'm currently in a state of moving and flowing. Fire, my current desire and focus for refining. Earth, grounded, leveled. Wind, movement. So we have looked at these elements from these images that we see. I'm going to show these again so that we can really get the visual understanding and inspiration. And in this, we're seeing the earth right now. Some of you talked about being grounded, leveled, rooted, strong. I want you to hone in on those people, this picture here, those of you that describe your current mood as earth. And I want you to begin to imagine as you're looking at this earth, I want you to think through, those of you that chose earth as describing your current state. How can you continue to draw from that current state? Here's water. Some of you chose water earlier. Some of you do begin to think about the ebbing and the flowing of water, if that's the current state you're in. I want you to think through, how is it that you can draw from this water, the imagery of water, why you're choosing that. I want you to consider those of you that also chose the element of wind. So I'd like us to, in this tea time today, as you're sipping your tea, as you're in stillness at this very moment, I'd like for you to reflect on the strength that you possess because of the element that you just chose. And that's what I would like to encourage you to draw from today. One of the things about Renewal, in our focus here at the Renewal Center in Revealing Christ, is that we understand that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And so as we are using our imaginations today, I want you to think about what God has provided for you by using the mind that Christ has given you, and how we can begin to refresh ourselves. Water is constantly moving, changes, but yet it still remains water. Water is constant process of change and growth. Earth, level, grounded in principles. Absolutely. As we are thinking through these elements of earth, wind, fire, and water, we're seeing so many different inspiring messages here from each other. This is part of us building community and fellowship, as that every person adds a measure to this conversation. And this is a time where we're participating in an awareness activity, that we're aware of where our state of mind is. Awareness is important. And so I wanted us to participate in this so that we can draw that anytime there's a lot of stress that's going on in our lives, or there's a lot of movement, because that's inevitable, there's going to be other external or extrinsic forces that try to draw and sap our energies. Sometimes it's a mind or a thought process that tries to come in. So it's important that we take time to engage in some approaches to help us identify where we are. If you've ever taken a trip between different states here in the United States, if you go to a welcome center, the map that you'll see, it'll say, "You are here." It's important that you and I know where we are so we can make decisions and choices that if we need to grow or expand or be renewed or rest, we identify where we are because we're self-aware. This will help us with how we engage with our families, how we engage with our friendships and relationships, how we engage in our collegial relationships in our jobs, careers, and businesses, in the people that we are assigned to serve, perhaps because we're servant leaders, right? And so I want to really dig deep into this type of practice to really consider maybe even opening up a staff meeting using this as a way of saying, I know that we're moving a lot in this pandemic. People are dealing with anxiety. People are dealing with losses and grief and pain and stress. Let's take a step back. And then let's begin to address our states of mind so we can be fully all that we need to be. I like to use the word of the Lord in Psalms where the psalmist says, "Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that's within me." The question is, what is within me? What's within me? I need to know what's within me by identifying what's also in my head and my heart space, what's in my soul, what's in my mind. And we're using our imaginations that has been divinely placed inside of us to identify where we are today. So some of you have chosen earth. Some of you've chosen wind and fire. Some of you've chosen water. Here's another statement here. I was in a place of stagnation before. That is why I chose water, because I am in a current state of flowing. Yes. Flowing. Yes. Allowing things to just pass, allowing things to surround. Water hugs us. Winds. I'm in a wind state today. Why? Because there's a breathing in of refreshing, to refresh my heart, to refresh my mind. Many times we do that when we're stretching and working out, because when we are inhaling and exhaling, there's an exchange and healing takes place in the midst of it. So I would like to encourage you, before we pause here to end our Tea Time Tuesday, the next step I'd like for you to do is I'm going to show the images one more time. And I'd like you to think about practically how you can excuse right? To be able to use that as part of our awareness, use that as part of our awareness journey, if you will. So I'd like you to think through, if you will, as a last exercise. I apologize. Please let me know if I'm back on. A little disconnection there. What I like us to do is look at these images again from earth, wind, fire, water. And I want you to think, how will you use this in your practical living, practically living, however you want to apply this, so that you can engage in renewal, so that you can engage in being self-aware, or we're building resilience because what we're doing now is we're sharing with each other. And this is what makes us powerful, is that we learn to turn to each other and strengthen one another. So I'd like you to think through that. How will you practically use this exercise, this imagination, this analogy, these analogies from these four elements, earth, wind, fire, and water, to practically engage your life of being renewed, of resetting by being self-aware and building resilience through mental toughness? I want you to think about that. I'm going to leave this up for a moment. I want you to just take a pause for 30 seconds, sit with the question, sit with the answer, take your time, and then go ahead and type it in the comments and also write it down. Okay? I'm going to give you a minute or two to disconnect. Okay. Please go ahead and begin to, as you sit with the question and the answers, go ahead and begin to answer that by putting it in the comments in the chat, please. Please go ahead, feel free, put it in the comments. How are you practically going to use this imagery, this imaginative expression, these analogies to focus on your own time of renewal? Please feel free to place your answers in the comments. Please feel free. As you sit with the answers and as you've sat with the questions in this whole exercise, think through this. How will you use this? Here's an answer. Take a step back, pause, and engage. Thank you. Focus, reflect, and meditate. Use this exercise as a reminder to slow down, aim, and remain steady. Would anyone else like to answer? Please feel free to put those in the comments. I choose to meditate on the beauty of the fire and knowing it will only consume what it purposes to consume. I can use the images to pause and reflect where I am emotionally. See, folks, this is important as we are locating ourselves, locating where we are. We're also building resilience through this community today of Tea Time Tuesdays. We're also taking a time to focus on what we need to meditate on. See, whatever we meditate on rules our life because it's what's going on in our minds. So it's important that we have control and some mastery over when the thoughts come, how do they flow through us and how do they impact us? So I wanted us to be able to use imagery and imagination today and tying it to the earth that we live in, that we have earth, wind, fire, water. And I'd like you, between now and the next time we have Tea Time Tuesday, I'd like you to think through how you're using this, perhaps as an exercise in your home, your job, your business, and come back and tell us, what was the result? What feedback do you have? What impact could it potentially make? How did it help you with your time of renewal? How did it enhance your time of awareness and in building resilience? So I just want to encourage you perhaps to use this as a way of reflecting, refreshing yourself, using this as a practice or one potential approach so that we can slow down. We have to take time to take care of our mental and emotional state. Why? That's awareness. I like to tie this to the scriptures. Set our affections on things above. That means the word set, we have a decision. We can make a choice with what we do with our affections. Scripture talks about whatsoever things are lovely and pure and of honest and of good report. If there be any virtue or praise, think on these things. Wow. That's what we're doing today. Let's hear a few more. Let's read a few more of these responses. Thank you for your participation, everyone. Blue water is so serene. Life seasons constantly move, change the water. This vision allows me to sit back and view that refreshing scene. Sometimes you just need to pause. I'm in a place of free flowing, and I want to be in a space of movement, moving in the right connection and flowing into positive connection with others through Holy Spirit. If that makes sense. Yes, it does. Absolutely. Thank you. Set our affections on things above. That's so important. We could constantly look at what's negative, or we can go above. This coming Saturday at noon, to my Change virtual cafe. I'll be having a discussion. Am I back on, everyone? I hope that I'm back on now. Please let me know. Again, I do apologize for the disconnection that's taking place with the wireless, the Wi-Fi today. Okay, I'm back on. Thank you so much. I wanted to invite everyone, please, this coming Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time for a Change Virtual Cafe. We're going to be talking about building resilience and about why and what is resilience and And so I want to encourage you to spend some time with us this coming Saturday. My guest will be Latasha Davidson, and she's a interventionist and community interventionist, and also who has expertise and insight in building resilience as a profession. And so I would definitely like you to be a part of that discussion on really understanding why we need to have discussions about resilience now and what we can do to continue to build that. And so I want to encourage you, we'll be posting more information about that this coming Saturday at noon. So if you're out and about, we'd love you to tune in to the Change Virtual Cafes. Generally, we have those during the week, but we'll be doing this on this coming Saturday. So I want to encourage you to participate in that. Also, for those of you that are connected to the Renewal Center or you view us with some of the work that we're doing in terms of reforming culture, we have a second Carolina prophetic gathering that's coming up April 9th and 10th. So please, I want to encourage you, go to our Renewal Center page. You can also go to our Renewal Center website, or you can also please download the Renewal Center mobile app and you can register there. We have 4 powerful speakers and also have a worship ministry, and that's going to be next Friday, April 9th. I'll be kicking things off on April 9th, that Friday, along with a worship team. And then Saturday, we have 3 speakers, kicking off with Apostle Shelby Frederick from Columbus, Ohio, our very own here at the Renewal Center, Pastor Carmela Head, and then also from Atlanta, Georgia, Apostle Clyde Daniels. And so we're looking forward to the faculty that we've assembled together for our second Carolina prophetic gathering. You can register through Eventbrite, and what will happen is once you register, we'll invite you to the private group and you'll be able to view and participate in the gathering. Please see there in the comments, click here to register directly for $30. We'd love for you to be a part of that. And I know that this will be a time of strength. This is our second. We had our first one January 3rd and 4th. Please share it with your friends, your connections, share the link with others that you know this would benefit from that gathering. I know these speakers will be transformative and reforming our thought process as we are growing and expanding from our assignment here at the Renewal Center. So thank you everybody for participating in Tea Time Tuesday today. Thank you so much. If you'd like to partner with us at the Renewal Center, please feel free to connect with us through our mobile app. You can also text to give if you'd like to donate to our initiatives. And also, please feel free to download the app or go to our website, www.therenewalcenters.com. All right. Well, any feedback before we leave? What feedback do you have concerning the practices today? What are your thoughts about what we did today? Please share. Love to hear from you. It's another comment. I am in a place of stillness. However, the earth rotates slowly into a direction of changed seasons. Right. I'd love to hear from anyone. Okay. Well, thanks again. I greatly appreciate your time. Thank you so much for connecting with us. And we're looking forward to seeing you again here back on Tea Time Tuesdays. Have a very good day.
Hello, my name is Carmela E. Head.
Hello, everybody. I'm Prophet Hope Milton.
Hi, I'm Patrick J. Brown, Executive Director of Culture and Context of the Renewal Center.
Here at the Renewal Center, it is the center for prophetic art, thought, voice, and action.
The one thing I love about the Renewal Center is the core values, which we're revealing Christ, renewing minds, we're restoring lives and reforming community. And we know that the only way that we can do that is to reveal Christ to everyone.
That's right. If any person is in Christ, that person will be and can be a new creation. You've been created to reveal Christ. That's right. Christ in you, being born from above, being born again, being generated from a higher place, which is Christ. In you, the hope of glory.
And when I think about renewal, I think about continual growth. We all have the capacity
We all have the very much capacity to move forward and to expand ourselves. So that's what growth and renewal is all about here at the Renewal Center.
So excited to be here. I hope that you will continue to connect. This is an awesome vision. And I'm just excited about everything that God is doing in the Renewal Center here in Concord, North Carolina.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
And I am.
I am.
I am.
Renewal.